Yeah, thanks for reminding. Okay, so to define the code combinations, you have to navigate to define financial reporting structure and define chart of accounts. And from here, you have to go to manage account combinations. Okay, so we have done up to publish account hierarchies. This is the setup we have done. Okay, and now we're going to define the account combination. Just click on go to task, and here actually you just need to select the chart of accounts. So as I said, actually we have created chart of account structure and structure instance, right? So most of the places we are going to use only instance. We won't go. We will not use the chart of account structure. So you have to select the structure instance. Okay. So this is the structure instance we have created. That's TLI 18 underscore India instance, and you have to select yes for the enabled and click on create option. Okay. So from here you can just create your combination. So just click on this LOV from the company. Okay, so here, okay, we haven't created company segment value for India entity. So just let me quickly create that the value for the company segment. Give me a minute, guys. We have created actually manually division segment and division segment values only. So the company actually we have created by rapid implementation, right? So there we didn't create it for the India. So just let me create for India entity value also. Okay, chart of account structure, value set, values. Click on go to task and select your value set, search. Okay, I'm selecting company TLI 18 and you can click on edit, and from there also you can go to manage values, or by selecting your segment you can directly click on manage values from here. Okay, so if you just click on search, you will get the existing values which are available, and to create the new value you just need to click on create option. Okay, and for the India entity I'm giving the value as 288, and description I'm giving PLI underscore IND corp, and it should be enabled, and the start date end date is an optional one, and summary, no, it's not a summary value, so I'm just keeping as no, and allow posting yes, and allow budgeting is yes. Okay, now click on save and save and close. Okay, so we have created now the value for the company segment. Let's cancel and come back once again. Values. Okay, select the manage account combinations and click on go to task, and I'm giving this structure instance, enable, and click on add and click on company. So now here you can able to see you can get the value of 288, which is for the India entity balancing segment value, and select LOB. So I'm selecting the LOB is 10, is none, and division. Okay, I'm just going to give that India division and account. Okay, so here I'm just selecting one cash account. It's a 11016. It's a cash checking city, or you can just select the city, HSBC, anything. So I'm just going. Okay, let me select the cash clearing account and cost center. Cost center, I'm just selecting 112 value. Okay, and this account type, it will be default once you save this combination, and from date and to date it's an optional. If you want, you can just give it. And allow posting, yes, this checkbox is enabled because it is a not a summary value, it is a detailed child value. So I'm just going to click on save option now. Okay, so you can see here that account type, it has defaulted as per this account 11015. It's a cash account, and cash account has said the nature of this cash account will be asset type. Okay, so this is how you can create a number of code combinations, and you can create code combinations only when you have enable the checkbox called allow dynamic insertion. Okay, when you don't enable the checkbox, system will not allow you to create a code combinations. So this is how, if you want to create any code combinations, if any accountant or the BPO is asking, you can create these code combinations from this task. Okay, and just clicking on save and close. Yeah, anyone is having any doubts on creation of code combinations?
We have a alternate account field is there. That mean alias name or what?
It's alias name like only. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and shorten aliases, this I will discuss later. And next, today we will try to complete value set security rules and cross validation rules. Okay, so first I'm going to create, we will complete the cross validation rules. So before that, just let's see what exactly is cross validation rule. Okay, cross validation rules are nothing but by using this cross validation rule concept, you can restrict the users to create or not to create a combination between two different segment values. Okay, it's nothing but like you have multiple segments in your chart of account. Let me explain in lecture. Okay, and here I'm just selecting two segments. One is division segment, another one is my line of business segment. Okay, and yeah. So in this cross validation rule, what we are going to do is we are going to define one condition, and we are going to give one policy. So under the condition, what we are going to write it as, whenever user is creating a code combination and he is selecting the division value as India, if the division value he is selecting India, in the policy I'm going to write it as always he can able to access, he can able to use the LOB, my line of business segment value is only 10. Okay, and apart from this, if he's trying to select any value apart from this 10, like actually we are having 10, 20, 30, 40, like these are the different segment values you are having. But if you are defining a policy as whenever the user is selecting the division segment value as India, the policy is only he has to select only the line of business is 10. Then if user is trying to create by selecting 20 or 30, he should not able to create that combination. He should get some other message by populating as he is trying to create a combination with invalid segment value of this line of business. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. It means you are just simply restricting the user to not to create a code combination between the two different segment values. Okay, this is how it's going to work with cross validation rules. So I just have some key points here. You can see that prevent the creation of invalid account combinations by setting up cross validation rules. Cross validation rules controls the following things. See, the first thing is controls the combination of values you can create when you are setting up account combinations. Okay, it's nothing but you can just put some controls like what are the values you can able to select when between the two different segment values. Like if he's selecting from the segment one some XYZ value, then you can able to create a combination from the segment B only some ABC value. Like that you can put some control. And the second point what I have here is defines whether a value of a particular segment can be combined with specific value set of other segments. So that is the one actually I have explained now in the Excel sheet. And the third one is differ differs from segment validation, which controls the value you can enter of a particular segment and used to prevent the creation of combination that should never exist. Okay, it's nothing but like there should combinations which should not be exist that you can prevent, and it's nothing but like such as combination with values that should not exist in the same combinations. And the example here I have given is you can assign rules to prevent the combination of a product with administrative departments. Okay, there are some values you are having in some like product, or you are having some values in the division segment values that you should never able to uh, group with some other department values. Okay, there are some accounts that should be specifically used to assign only few particular values, not with the all values. So this is what you can control from the cross validation rules. I will just create in the application. I think then you can understood better. Okay, so and this is the navigation. So cross validation rule, and click on go to task. Okay, and from here you need to select your chart of accounts. Okay, give the name and click on search, and you're going to select the structure instance, that's TLI underscore 18 India instance, and click on OK. I think one more has joined. This. Yeah, Sunil, you have joined. Yeah, good morning, Sunil. Sunil, are you there?
Hey, Naveen, how are you? Good morning.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, then let's continue our class. After the setup, we will just talk. Okay. So, yeah. So, we have selected our chart of account structure instance here, and just click on create option. So, I'm just going to create one simple combination. I'm just creating here, and give the name here that TLI underscore invalid, and I'm giving the description. TLI underscore invalid combination, and you can give the from date and to date. It's an optional, but you have to enable this checkbox. Till you enable this checkbox, this cross validation will, rules will not come into effect. Okay, so we have to enable the checkbox, and as I said, to define the cross validation rules, we have to define condition filter and you have to define the validation filter. Okay, so these are the two important things which you need to define. So now I'm just going to create condition filter. So click on this icon, and from here in the condition fields you just need to click on add fields, and here I'm just selecting my line of business segment. Okay, and line of business segment, and I'm selecting here these are the different operators we are having, and the operator I'm going to select here is equals. Okay, my line of business equals to the value I'm just going to select as 10. Okay, so what I'm trying to say from my condition is whenever user is selecting the line of business value is 10, then okay, so this is the condition I have created. And next validation filter I'm just creating now. Click on this icon and click on add fields and select the segment called division. Okay, and here I'm just saying my division should be equals to IND. Okay, And here you can add multiple lines if you want. And I'm also going to select my division value is equal to even USA. It means whenever user is trying to create a combination by selecting the line of business segment value with a 10, he can able to create a combination with the division values of only India and USA. If he is trying to create a combination by selecting Canada value, he should get an error. System should restrict him to not to create a combination. Okay, so this is how now we have created this condition filter and the validation filter, and click on OK. And this is also one of the mandatory thing. You have to enter the error message. So I'm just giving some error message here. Invalid combination between division segment and LOB segment values. Okay. So this is the error message I have given here. Right, and you can just click on save option. Okay, now we have created the cross validation rule. You have created one condition filter and you have created one validation filter. Yes, any doubts in this setup, in this task? Okay, if no doubts, let me go and create a combination once again. Now we will see whether system will allow us to create a combination as per our cross validation rule. I'm just clicking on save and close. Yes, Sunil, actually we are discussing cross validation rule of concept. Okay, just listen this class and we will see after this class.
Yeah, Navin.
Okay, so again click on this, go to task of manage account combination and select your chart of account. And select enable as yes and click on create option. Okay, now we will try to create a combination with 288 and my line of business segment value is 10 and division I'm just selecting once again. Okay, this time we will select India. US I'm just selecting. I'm selecting now BA account value and the cost center I'm just selecting US. Okay, now I'm just going to click on save. Okay, system has allowed me to create a combination. So now let me try to create a combination with Canada division and let's see whether system will allow us to create a combination with this or not. I'm selecting the division as scan. I'm giving HSBC account and the cost center I'm going to give 110. Now let's try to save it. Okay, so when you're saving, it's giving invalid combination between the division segment and LOB segment values because you have given a condition as whenever your LOB segment value is equal to 10, then you can able to create a combination with the division segment values of India and USA only. Okay, so when you're taking apart from any other value, system will give the error message. Yes, any doubts in this cross validation rule concept? Anyone?
Naveen, if the combination if already created before creating cross validation rule, then how system will validate?
If you are trying to make any changes in that, definitely it will give an error message. Like already the combination is created, but if you are going to use that account, then it will give an error message. It will show us this error message, and it will not allow you to use that account, that
Okay.
account combination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It means you have created the combination already. Then you have created the cross validation rule stating not to use that combination. And if you're trying to create like use that particular combination in AR distribution somewhere, then system will give that error message. It will not allow you to use that combination.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to let's save and close option. Okay. So we just cannot save. Let me cancel this. Okay, so this is what about cross validation rules. So if no doubts, then I will just go to manage segment value security rules. Yeah, Jyoti, I hope you are understanding right the concepts.
Oh yes, Naveen.
Okay, so manage segment value security rules as actually yesterday we have discussed for 5 minutes in the last class. So this value set security rules is nothing but in EBS it's a security rules concept. And I said actually from comparing with EBS, we actually have there are two changes that bring it into Fusion application. So the first change, what I have said is we are enabling the security rule option in EBS at chart of account segment level. Okay, but in Fusion application, we are enabling security rule in the value set security level. Okay, in the value set level, we are enabling the security option. So that is the one difference. And the second difference is in EBS terminology, after enabling this security enable checkbox, even still users can able to access all the values of that particular segment. Okay, you're not going to restrict. But whereas in Fusion application, once you enable the security enable checkbox, by default, system will not allow the users to use any value of that particular segment. Okay, so by just simply enabling this security enable checkbox, users will cannot get the access of any of the value from that particular segment. So that is the second difference we are having. And let's just go through this. Okay, so what we are going to do exactly in the security rule is, so if you want to, by creating the security rule concept, you can secure the you can you can secure the values of a particular segment. In cross validation rules, what we have done is we have trying to restrict the combination between the two different segments. Okay, one is division value and one is line of business segment. Okay, you are trying to restrict the user to create a two combination between the two different segments. But whereas in security rules, you are going to secure the values of a particular segment. Okay, so that is the one difference. So we have a segment called the division segment. So under the division segment, what we are having India value and CAN and USA, right? So to say, if you want to secure these three values, securing is nothing but if you don't want to give the access to the users to use any one of these values, you can create a security rule. And if you want to give any one particular value to any user, yes, you can give by the job roles. So how it's going to be work is in the cross validation rules. Actually, we have defined with one is condition filter and another one is validation filter. We have done right. So and in the security rules, what we are going to define is here also we are going to define one condition and we are going to define one policy. So in the condition, you are going to update as which particular value you want to give the access to the user, and by having which particular role the user can able to access that value. Okay, which value you want to give which value you want to secure, that you can give some condition, and that value if any user want to get access, which particular job role that user should have, that job role you are going to give in the policy. Okay, so this is what we are going to set up now. So let's go to application. Okay, so funny, I'm just creating the security role concept event for division segment itself.
Okay.
Yeah, Sandeep, you are getting right what I'm explaining?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, here we are having some problem with the instance itself. There is some bug. When I'm trying to save it, this setup, the page is getting refreshed, but still I will try to make you understood how exactly this concept is working. Okay, and yeah, so this is our segment, division underscore TLI 18 ledger, and just click on edit option. So if you want to create a new values, you can just click on manage values directly, and if you want to enable the security enable checkbox, you just need to click on edit option, and from here you just click on security enable. Okay, so I will show you now. As I said, just by enabling the security enable checkbox, system by default it will deny the access to use any values of this particular segment, right? So let's see whether it is working or not as per my sentence. So I'm just going to click on save, and if I save, I think how to give the value. Okay, so let me give some value here. You have to enter this data security resource name. Okay, I'm giving the data security resource name as TLI General Accounting Manager, and if you can see here, actually the edit data security, it is in grayed out mode, it's not editable. So once you click on save option, this will be editable. Okay, now this edit data security is editable, and you can just create your rule. Before that, as I said, once we enable the security enable checkbox, none of the user can able to get the access of this particular division segment. Then okay, before going to define the combination, let me deploy this, because the security rule, it will come into effect, the changes will come into effect once you deploy the structure. Okay, so set, and I'm just going to deploy the flex field. So when you click on deploy the flex field, whatever the structures is created under this instance, all structures will be deployed. And the security rule, whenever you are defining, you have to deploy this structure. Without that, if you're trying to create a combination, still you can able to get the all the values of that particular segment. So just please wait, it will take 1 minute. Okay, yeah, Sunil, I have seen the chart just now. Create spreadsheet option. Yes, actually we have some rapid implementation spreadsheet templates are available. Okay, so by using the rapid implementation spreadsheets, you can create the cross validation rules. So in a similar way, actually we are having many rapid templates are available in the application. So by using the rapid implementation templates, you can create like your structures, cross validation rules, and even you can create your taxes, the complete tax setups you can do by using the rapid implementation spreadsheets. Okay, not only that, like we have many FBDIs, and also that by using the rapid implementation spreadsheets, you can upload the assets. So we have actually multiple spreadsheet templates are available in the Fusion application. Okay, so that is the option actually they have given in this spreadsheet.
It is nothing but web API.
Not web API. Actually, in EBS we are having web API, but that web API concept is replaced with the ADFDI in the Fusion, and that is web API is replaced with ADFDI. But along with that, we are also having some FBDI templates, file-based data imports. Okay, and that concept also is a different concept when I'm saying about rapid implementation spreadsheets. Okay, so these are the three different options we are having. So wherever it required, we can just use that one. By using FBDS, it's like you can just import the invoices, like from any third-party tool or from order management, from spreadsheets. You can import the invoicing, right? Like by using the FBDS, you can import the customer data and the suppliers data. So these kind of things you can use FBDS. And spreadsheets which are in the templates, the rapid implementation templates which I'm talking, that will be inbuilt within the application. Okay.
So need to load the bulk data into one go.
Yes. Like for the general case, you can use ADFDI and you can just import bulk data at once. Okay. So now we have deployed this and click on done. Okay. Now let me try to create a combination. So I'm not going to create the complete combination. I'll just try to select whether can we get division segment values or not. Okay, I'm just clicking on create. So let's see now the division segment value. See, now the division segment values, it is coming only the search. It's not showing any values because just as I said, by just enabling that checkbox, by default it will deny the access to the users. Now none of the user can able to access the division segment values. Okay. So now just let me click on cancel. Let's go to another browser. So here now we are going to define the condition and the policy. So to define the condition, you just need to click on edit data security option. Click on this tab. So you can see right here you are having the condition and you are having the policy. So first let me create a condition. Okay. It's nothing actually, like I'm just doing testing before the class so that we should not face any problem. That's why I have tested this combination for the other project. That's where the naming convention is coming. And so this is the name and the display name I have given, that is TLI 18 access condition. Okay, description if you want you can give. And condition type. Condition type, here you are having two things. One is filter, another one is SQL predicate. SQL predicate is nothing but here you need to write again query. But I'm just going to select from the filter from the values which we have from the segments. So here it is filter, and now from the conditions I'm just going to click on create or add option and you can create your condition. So under this condition, from the column name you can select value, and from the operator you can select which operator you want to use. Like you can select the operator like greater than or equal to, or greater than, less than, starts with, ends with, not equals to or equal to, not between. Okay, so these are the multiple operators we are having. And here you have one more option called tree operators. So funny, as I said, while we are discussing account hierarchies, I said right, like these account hierarchies you can use while creating the cross validation rules. And yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I said these account hierarchies you can use while for the financial reporting, mass allocations, and for the reporting purpose and the evaluation, and also for the cross validation rules even you can use this account hierarchies. So that tree operator you just need to select. So once you enable the checkbox, whatever the here actually we are having the different operators. It's operator of like sibling of first as ancestor, and is an ancestor of, is a parent of, is a last descendant, or is a descendant, or is a child of. So these are different operators we are having. Ancestor is nothing but like actually it's a parent, grandparent, great grandparent, like that. And is a last descendant. Descendant means it's like a child, great grandchild, like this you will get it. So if I select is the last descendant of, and you can select the, if you are trying to select a value called, see, if I'm selecting the last descendant and it's asking me to enter the tree structure. The structure we have created from where? We have created the structure from the accounting flex field hierarchy, right? So I'm just selecting that my tree structure accounting flex field hierarchy and select the tree which you have created. Okay, so what is our tree? The division. Okay, so our tree is division TLI underscore ledger and click on OK. Okay, and also you need to mention the active tree version. So how many, if you are having multiple versions, for which version you want to use, you can select this version. And tree node is it specify primary keys or select from hierarchy? It's an hierarchy, right? So that's the reason I'm just selecting select from hierarchy. And here you can see the parent value all, and if you expand this you can just get the related child values which are associated with my parent value. Okay, I'm just collapsing this, and you have to select this and then only you can click on the OK option. If not, it will not save this one. Okay, so like this you can create a condition, but I'm not going to create access, it means I'm not going to give the access of all values. I just want to give the access to only single value. Then you can just directly select a equal to, and value here you can see this is, there is no drop down or there is no elbow width. You should need to manually enter the value. Okay, so my division segment, one of the value I'm giving us India, that's IND. So it should be accurate with your division segment values. Okay, if you are giving wrongly, then it will not take. And now I'm just clicking on save option. Okay, now this is how we have created this combination. Sorry, we have created this condition. Now I'm creating the policy. So in the condition I have secured one value called IND, and in the policy I'm going to give one